Listen, I can explain about the goat.
No. You're here.
Hi.
Hi. You're in front of the cameras again.
I was having that dream again. And you were there. You were there. Oh, hi. You were there too. You were fantastic. I'm focused like a laser beam.
Too much information.
Like a laser beam.
Too much information. Welcome back.
Well, hey, it's good to be back. I feel like we're co-hosting a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. We're on the air. Go ahead, caller. Oh, hi. A long-time listener, first-time caller. I have a question for Mr. Omega. Scott, focus. Hi, I'm back.
As you can tell, I'm back here with the madman himself.
What?
Yeah, we took a year off, so we are back now.
Yes, it was supposed to be 2 years, but I got out 6 months early for good behavior.
No, you didn't.
I got sent home early for bad behavior.
You're too much. Get out.
Yes, prison walls cannot contain you, Scott. You're too strange.
No. So, my first question to you is a very thought-provoking question. This delves into the very nature of humanity in all of its facets. Where were you?
Oh, the huge manatee.
Where were you?
Last year?
Yeah.
I was shooting the Universal Pictures production, the live-action Woody the Woodpecker feature. And I was working on that for like 6 weeks, and then it started to get close to Metro time, and it was like, okay, I need to know what days I'm working, and right at the 11th hour, they went, yeah, you're shooting on the Friday, and you're shooting on the Monday, and it was like, here's my ticket. Shoot. And then the phoning Mary. And last year would have been my 10th year here. So I was bummed to say the least, but happy to be working.
Yeah. So I thought I would miss one before you missed one.
Yeah.
That was weird.
But the cool thing is this is now both my 11th and my 10th anniversary, and I'm doubling up.
Ah.
Twice the fun, half the sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one of the things I know that you get a lot is like, have you heard about this? Have you heard about that?
Yeah. What do you know about the... Nothing.
No.
Yes.
So let's get a few of those out of the way, just so it's like in the public spectrum and everyone's aware of it, right? Okay, so...
You were there too.
Stop flirting with my viewers.
Flirting? They started it.
Okay, so you were just at TFCon, so I imagine you know about Masterpiece Dinobot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is 7 flavors of extreme awesomeness.
We haven't seen it yet, but I could show you the Cheetor they just did, and it looks like it walked like right out of the screen. What?
You were going to show me.
I can't show you now. I got a timer going.
Is he always like this?
I could theoretically show you if I had the capacity right now. All right. So next up, the reboot.
The reboot is actually happening.
Finally.
Here's what's ironic. What did Reboot do? Reboot broke ground. It was the first computer-generated animated television series. It was developed by the guys that did the Dire Straits Money for Nothing video. If it was not for Reboot, the CG world really, well, I mean, it probably would exist anyway, but. So now that they're doing the reboot, it's live action.
So I've heard. They're crazy. It's part live action.
Yeah.
And then part CGI. There's another show that did a similar concept already, which is weird. There's a show called Code Lyoko out of France.
Okay.
It's like 2D animation and 3D animation, and then they did the same thing. So they did another season that was live action and then CGI. So now we have the same thing with Guardian Code.
Right. It's very confusing, you know.
It is. I'm getting lost here. I just want to see the diner again. I just want to.
I want to go back.
I want
to go back to work. Whether anybody that we know is going to be in it or not, I do not know.
Yeah, because Wikipedia jumped the gun on that one.
Did they?
Yeah, you're already listed as Hack and Frisket for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
In the new one?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Yeah. We do casting by Wikipedia now.
Yeah.
Look.
I'd buy that. It was like, who have we got? Oh, okay. Oh, him again? He'll be fine.
I've seen that. I've seen that work.
Really?
I've seen someone got backstage at a concert from a major band because they went into the Wikipedia page and edited it so it said their name was a relative.
You people are clever.
It's like, I wish I thought of that. All right, here's the one. I figured those two.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the curveball. Do you know about the new Bucky O'Hare toys?
You always have something.
Of course I do.
I do not know about the new Bucky O'Hare toys.
No, this is a new thing. It's not attached to...
Let's get in there and croak some toads.
Okay, I will tell you, it's not attached to a project.
Right.
This is one of those retro things. Where like, hey, these toys actually can have elbows and knees now.
Yeah.
So they're doing like Bucky and Jenny first, and then it's like wave 2 is like there's a silhouette of Deadeye in wave 2.
So we know he's coming.
There you go. There's gonna be a super cool Deadeye duck.
Sweet. I will have it from home. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Another collection for your little.
Yeah, so that I can put in the cave of wall of little tiny plastic me's. Need it, got it, am it.
Yeah, my room is starting to look the same way. It all just lined up. It looks like your wiki page.
So you want my resume? There it is.
Yeah. Just look. Snap a picture. Okay. So since we're here, given the presence of other guests here, who's the best Wolverine, you or Steve Bloom?
Don't you even start. With all due respect to myself, and with all due respect to Steve, and with all due respect to anyone that's ever played Wolverine, he's never been played right.
Right.
Because he's Canadian. And it's always like, just for the record, Steve, for the win. Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Like, I am not worthy of those shoes. But, it's always like, hey, Bob, don't make me get all Canadian. I've been to Northern Alberta. I live in that part of the world. The real Wolverine, first of all, give any Canadian rye whiskey. Like a rye, boom, instant asshole, instant hockey fight. But the real Wolverine's just like, so fucking seen buddy coming up over the hill, right? Fucking drop my drink crate there, start pounding on the guy. Fuck, I'm telling you this right now, man. Buddy gives me frickin' attitude. I'm schnicked right up in his corner, man. Just giving her. That's the real Wolverine.
Note to my future self, censor bleeps. Or confirm that with an actual Canadian if I have to censor any of that.
Did I bleep?
You might have. You can go off PG a little bit when you.
I didn't know it was PG.
You get that? Oh, I've got censor bleeps. It's fine. Okay.
Just edit completely anyway. And even notice that a piece is missing from the whole thing. And then you can just blame it on.
So, I figure since it was a live action role,
yes,
they kept you from being here last year. I thought we'd go into
the Wayback Machine.
Yeah,
Quickly shoot him to the Wayback Machine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
Oh, the best part.
Remember, air holes are important.
I brought visual aids.
Which is better than bringing marital aids.
No, those are for later. So,
I need an adult. I am an adult.
No, we're just going to go through and
Is it like a flashcards quiz?
Yeah, we're just going to remind you of a few things.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So first off, I discovered this, which we've already talked about a little bit.
Nice hair, pal.
Mm-hmm. So this was Sleeping with Strangers.
It certainly was. Although, I didn't get to sleep with any strangers. Thanks for picking the most derpy expression on my face, too. But I had terrific hair. Didn't I have terrific hair back then? I really had pretty hair.
So fluffy.
I did my own hair, by the way. And my own makeup.
Tell me about it.
I loved that. Doing that movie for me was ridiculously fun. I got to, be a brain dead rock star. Hey! And shooting in a beautiful part of the world with amazing people. Nobody's ever seen the film, but it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
New York Times all-time film critic of film critics, Pauline Kael, who was the career make-or-breaker, retired 2 months before this film was released. They sent her a copy. She wrote a letter going out saying, blah, 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 blah. And Scott McNeil is the next great Canadian comedy star. I did mention that she'd retired 2 months earlier.
Yeah.
It also had the kiss of death because it said, and introducing Scott McNeil as Todd Warren, which means, and you'll never see this actor again.
But you're here.
Do you feel that? Sorry. Cheap cybernetics.
Next up.
The hell is that?
This is Strange Frequency.
Oh, where I was the bearded weirdo.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I remember. I shot that. They sent me and it's this insanely long monologue. I was here and had to bust out emergency down into the computer, changing my flight. I had to leave this con early to go home and do this. What the hell is in my ear?
Don't know. I'm playing another rocker here. I can't tell them apart anymore.
Strange Frequency.
I picked this one out because it was you and another guy destroying a hotel.
Oh no, that was no. I'm thinking of a totally different project. That was with. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I cannot. From Duran Duran. Derp. I'm an idiot. I have no idea.
No, it was you and another guy destroying a hotel room.
Yeah.
Over set the ballroom blitz.
Yeah. But that was the bass player from Duran Duran, man. That was his 40th birthday too, so that was a long time ago.
Jeez.
I still had spiky hair.
Yeah. All right.
And once again, weird hair and eyeliner. This is what happens when you play musicians. Once a decade.
Well, you play a lot.
Okay. Next one.
Next one.
We never discussed this film again. The name of the film was, which we shot. The good part of that was we shot in Prague in the Czech Republic. So I got a beautiful trip to Europe out of the deal. The movie, not so good. They did. There was some issues with editing, where they just went, you know what? I got the one person I don't want to be in the movie anymore. You know what? We're gonna just edit around that. And so they started taking random lines from different scenes. There's actually little clips of other movies in there.
Really?
There's scenes that never got shot that they just kind of went, omit, or it just doesn't end.
The ending is a voiceover.
Fortunately, it ends up making we, the actors, look like because we shot kind of a very, B-movie tongue-in-cheek, sort of cheeky space fiction fantasy with lots of little cheeky one-liners, and so all that was gone. I watched about the first 4 minutes of it on a looping session when I went in, and I went, I'm out. It's like, no, you can take my name off this one, son, and you turn this into something. It's not even good bad. It's not like The Room bad.
No.
It's just a bad movie.
It's like Mystery Science Theater kind of style.
And it could have been so good bad.
It's doing something. It felt like it was writing every cliche it could.
Yeah.
And you can tongue-in-cheek that and make it fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I looked so fierce, though, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I played the good guy, which never happens.
Good guy, action hero.
Yeah, and I got to kill the bad guy. Once again, did I get the girl? No!
Kind of, maybe? Like, the ending is literally just a starscape and a voiceover of you and the girl. That's literally
Is it?
how
I
it
have no
ends.
idea. I've never watched it, so.
Oh, well. I took a bullet for you.
Yeah, thanks. You can burn the tape now.
But this is really just like the story of your hair.
The
It's like
de-evolution of my hair.
It's doing nothing wrong so far.
All right, which is clearly a segue into the next one.
It has to be the last one.
I was going to say, speaking of the fact that I never ever got to do a love scene, and I thought he's going to bring the ranch up.
Now, this was from a clip that some very, very astute mutual fans of ours found for me.
On Pornhub.
And they were nice enough to remove a very specific 10 seconds of the clip. There's only so
My junk.
There's only so much about you I want to know.
Thank you. That was my own hair, by the way.
I don't believe you.
It is.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's sprayed,
How?
dyed, and lied to the side a few times, but that's my hair.
Oh my god.
I was playing an Elvis impersonator who was receiving some professional services in a bawdy house of ill repute. It was my one and only full frontal, too. And it turned out the woman with whom I was working, Sam Ferris, was an old friend of mine who was also a voice person. And so it's, you know, you go in and say, all right, let me see your titties. Here's my junk. Get that out of the way. Let's get to work. Plus, pro tip, kids, if you're doing nude scenes, and it was actually a very good, it went pilot, it was called The Ranch. It was very well written. It was very funny. It was, you know, it was really good. I don't think it ever went past pilot, but when you are doing nude scenes and you're the token male,
Yeah.
pro tip, they keep the studios that they're shooting in at about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's a lot of ice bags because it makes ladies look terrific. Very terrific. It's like, woo, perky. Now, men, we do not respond well to a cold environment. It's like, could I get a warmer? It's pretty cold in here. It's okay, we're ready for your junk now, Scott. It's really quite cold in here. Don't they know about shrinkage?
Difficult to stay in character.
As it were.
Yes. I couldn't find anything weirder than that.
No, there is nothing weirder than that.
Not that I've not.
But look at that hair.
Look at it. I can't look at it.
Did we go through all 5?
Yeah, well, there's 4. 4, and then there was a little.
Ah, that's your cheat card.
Yeah, that's my cheat card.
This, my best work. Remake, never released, of the Claude Rains story in his tenure as the Invisible Man in a snowstorm, riding a polar bear in an igloo. Best work ever.
Okay, real quick to wrap up, because we just lost Wally Burr recently.
Yep, he was right behind me in the mall. I turned around, get ice cream, gone.
No, but tell me the Wally story, because you were on a few shows with him.
The universe is a quieter, stranger place without Wally. It is funny, Wally and I were adversarial for like decades, because Wally was a driver. I mean, he's a force of nature, but we would do like, 8, 9, 10, 14-hour sessions, what would normally be a 2-hour record. Wally would direct like a madman and was constantly sending in rewrites. I mean, he was really specific, and he's a military man. Mm-hmm. So he used to thump on the desk, which is right by his microphone, which is connected to our headphones. Boom, boom, boom. And then we got into this thing of grammar because I questioned his use of a word once. So then he would always be dropping new weird words and going, all right. And this, people actually know the word now, but nobody did then. And I happened to be looking through a book of words, and I came across merkin, and I went, what a great word. And now we're not talking about merkins, which is a 13th century pubic wig. And for some reason, like 2 days later, we're in a session, and he wrote it in there, and he just went, all right, McNeil, what do you got for this one? And I'm just like, what? Oh, you mean merkin? What, the 13th century pubic wig? Yeah. No bigs. Went off, and I was just like, yes, yes, yes. A complete madman, a total force of nature, and just, he was very capable of making grown men cry just from emotional exhaustion, but dedicated to making this stuff good. And he's he'd done everything. And then actually, it was at TFCon, I think probably 4 years ago. Uh-huh. That he called me, and he's like, well, Scott, it's Wally Burr here. I'm going to the show, I just need some advice and blah, blah, blah. And so he set up a whole skit for us to do based on resumes. And then we had this ridiculous stage fight, and it was really funny. And then, when we're done, he dropped and did 100 push-ups. Wally was in his 90s. Like, just a sheer force of nature. And getting to kind of know him then after, it's just like, and he'd done everything. He was in the Second World freaking War, then Korea, man, then Vietnam, man. I strongly suspect he's probably killed a few people. But just, and right up to, going, they went, Wally, if we staged this as a real fight, you would have kicked my ass. It's like, he just a driving powerhouse and a delightful, like then we were hanging out and I got to hear Wally telling Wally stories. And it just like, wow, just so much life force. And then after he passed, of course, I started looking at stuff, and You know, he was known for at conventions doing weird things kind of like I do, which is like, yeah, he just sat down and had dinner with us and just told us stories and did stuff. And the knowledge and the history in him. I was quite, because it was right when I was just heading out to TFCon. Then they went, oh, by the way, did you hear about Wally? And it's just one of those, like, I didn't think that could happen. Like, I didn't think there was an end of the line there. And it was just like, Wally Burr, man, the world is a quieter place without you. And I salute you, sir.
It's a somber note to end on, but I genuinely wanted to hear it.
Yeah, but a life well lived, man. I mean, he did more in 90 years than most people would do if they were allotted 4 times that. I was genuinely, it's just like, I could not, but it's like, how can that art not go on? Way to cheapen the moments, guy. Okay, I'm ready, let's start.
No, we gotta end it here.
I wanna go.
No, we have to.
Fine. Fine.
It has been another
Fine.
emotional roller coaster.
Fine.
With the one and only
Fine.
Scott McNeil
Fine.
here.
Fine.
Metrocon
Fine.
2000.
Are you breaking up with me?
Look, I didn't
Are we
want,
breaking up
I didn't,
right now?
I didn't want it.
Are we breaking
I didn't want to do it this way, but look,
I gotta do a show.
I'm seeing other voice actors now. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Well, just tell Steve hi for me then.